You get some sun, bruv.
Got all the sun,
All
Terry.
the sun.
All the sun.
Welcome back to another beaming episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by the good people at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere we can.
Stay sun smart,
Yeah,
people.
please stay stun smart.
Football, rugby
Mate,
league.
we can't stop. We won't
tried.
stop.
We won't.
We'll never
We're
stop.
here all
Some
off-season.
good games of footy on the weekend.
Entertaining games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
The
myself.
Cook Islands held in for as long as they could.
They could. It was fun.
Yeah, and that Mike Acevo, he scored some tries.
Yeah, he played all right. He'd be rocking up for Parramatta next year. Should score plenty of tries on their wing.
No, he's gone. He's gone to the other blue and gold team. All the way across the world. Mike Acevo has gone to the Leeds Rhinos.
Ooh,
Link back up with Brad Arthur.
that's a bit of a signing, I have to say.
That's a great signing. He's going to be bigger than like half the props.
Yeah, he's a dude who can score us, right?
Yeah.
Can't defend him.
Mm-hmm.
In England, doesn't matter. Just outscore him. He's going to score a million.
His hands, though, in the north of England, in the ice.
Get some gloves on.
Yeah, get some gloves, I reckon. But he's going to be sensational over there. Put your money on him being the top try scorer next
Oh,
year.
yeah. Well, when a guy like Pat Richards can go over there and top score, with the greatest respect
Yeah.
to Pat Richards. Mike Sevo, who's 140 kilos of pure hulking muscle in the prime of his career.
Yeah.
That's frightening for
Yeah.
everyone other than, of course, my Wigan Warriors.
Yes.
We'll sort him.
Correct. Look, I think this is a sensation. As an unabashed Leeds fan, I think this is a sensational pickup. I really like the pickup of Brad Arthur.
Yeah,
I really
it's
like this pickup now.
What do you reckon, though? Because I saw Parramatta fans last year, we got an argument saying he's the only outside back that's any good. This is before Blaze Talangi, full disclosure.
Yep.
And they're like, no, we'd rather Sean Russell. I'm like, you'd rather Sean Russell than Mike Sevo.
I can't pick Parramatta's wings. I know they've got a pretty handy centre pairing next year as long as they have the ball in Zach
Yeah.
Lomax and Will Penasini.
Yeah, it's good.
Sean Russell's going to be one wing. I don't know who the other wing is going to be.
Sione Katoa, hopefully.
Hopefully it's Sione Katoa. Yeah, look, I think a left edge of him and Zach Lomax could have been frightening.
Yeah, and
I
it's
don't know why they would release him. He was their only good back.
I don't get it. Teams are too easy to pick scapegoats.
Yep.
Funny coming from me because I do it all the time.
Yep, me too,
But-
Blake.
Yeah, but they go out of their way to say, oh, I'm great to see Sevo. It's going to fix all our problems. Well, instead of losing 22-20, you're going to lose 10-6 now.
Yeah.
Because your defence gets heaps better, but you can't attack. I don't get it. Great signing for whoever you said they're going to.
Yeah, pretty good signing.
Warrington or whatever.
Warrington, yeah, Leeds,
the Rhinos.
Now, there's another player who's been told that he's not wanted at his club.
Another scapegoat, dare I say?
Yeah, and no club has apparently come forward for this player. What to do with Ben Hunt?
Well, I think if he bides his time, he'll get a club because there's plenty of we just need to get this to happen to get him in sort of thing. I also think it's at the point of no return now. He can't go back to the Dragons for pre-season training. I think Shane Flanagan knows that. I think if Hunt waits, clubs will go, oi, we'll take him on a reduced contract. St George have no option but to kick in. Genius.
Yes, I think St George is saying we're not paying a cent. They'll end up paying for him
You'll
to go
do as
away.
you're told, St George.
Yeah, and I'm saying I would love to see him at Manly playing the number 9.
Yeah.
I think that would be the great shout for him
That'd be frightening, yeah.
for a Sydney club. Yep. The Titans are obviously the obvious choice for him to go there.
They need him.
They need him at halfback.
I heard someone say, oh, but they got foreign. Yay.
Yeah.
And I'm not bad.
I'm not
like
bagging foreign.
I'm just saying you get a chance to get Ben Hunt. Now, it's probably not what they need, but they need a lot of stuff.
Now,
there's a market there for him.
There is a market. I think people are turning around and saying, well, there's no room for him at the Dolphins with Cody Nikorima and Isaiah Katoa. No. You put Cody Nikorima back to the bench for a couple of years, and you get Ben Hunt in there.
Yeah.
And even if you're nailed on Isaiah Katoa being your long-term number 7, that's fine. Ben Hunt go and play the number 6.
Of course you can. Again, Dragons fans are out there saying this is great. Anyone who dares say he had a good season, and I'm one of them. No, you didn't watch this. You didn't watch that. Bloke had 30 try assists, right? I think he was second on the list.
Yeah.
And he didn't play finals. You got to keep that in mind. In a terrible team, you take Ben Hunt out of that, and you got because I think they let that Marshke kid go too.
Yep.
So they've got Kyle Flanagan
And a young kid.
Where are the tries going to come from? Do not get me wrong. If they can
And
get
they've got
out
no
of that,
Zach Lomax.
if they can get out of that contract, that's fine. Okay,
Yep.
I get it. Long term, gain, short-term pain, etc., etc., or if they can organise a player swap, which I think is what they're hanging out for, just between us. They're talking about getting Dan Atkinson, right? Okay, he's going to go in, he's going to play football, he's going to put his heart on the line. But you tell me, you go from Ben Hunt, who had 30 try assists, to Dan Atkinson, who has 5 NRL games?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was going to say, Ben Hunt, 30 try assists, Dan Atkinson, less than 30 games. Look, I think picking up Dan Atkinson, if they can get rid of Ben Hunt and get Dan Atkinson in for 2025, it's an okay move for them. Sure. It's a very sideways, backwards move.
Oh, it's backwards as all
But
flip.
as you said, short-term pain, long-term gain, because that gets him his games.
Yep.
That gets him his time to build a combination with Valentine Holmes or whoever's going to be at fullback, Kyle Flanagan.
Yeah.
Damien Cook's coming there as well. So there's going to be a little bit of control around the ruck.
Gutho will probably end up there.
Yeah. So I think St George have an okay plan.
Does Gutho play 6?
No.
Just saying.
I think Clint Gutherson's career is going to end up in the centres, and Valentine Holmes goes to fullback, Tyrell Sloan goes onto the wing.
Yeah, I like that. Mate, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But would you swap Ben Hunt for Dan Atkinson?
Yes.
In a heartbeat.
If the money were the same, yes, of course you would.
If they were chucking in.
If you can make it work, St George, talk to us, because we need a number 9.
One last player who's being told, well, not really to go to the market, but he's going to do it anyway. Ryan Pappenhausen.
Yeah, I think the Storm have reportedly come out and offered him a reduced contract.
Yep.
What he was on was a fair amount of money. I'll give him that. But says to me, yeah, if you sign, you sign. If not, we got a young kid who's pretty darn good. I can see the disrespect here from Pappenhausen, and I would go to market. Can't see a world where he doesn't re-sign with the Storm.
This is the thing that the Storm have to do. Like, if they're going to challenge him to go, if he's going to challenge them and say, I'm going to the market, they need to close that door and they need to bring Failongo in and say, right, let's get this deal done and wrapped up, and then go back to Ryan Pappenhausen and say, sorry, your time's over.
Yep.
Now, I get it from Ryan Pappenhausen, right? He's coming into the peak of his career. He's awesome. He scores tries. He's quick. He throws cutout passes. He can goal kick, right? He's everything that you want in your fullback. He's brittle. And that's what Melbourne are looking at. They don't want to go and pay. Like, he's apparently on $900,000, asking for $1 million.
Yep.
They don't want to go and give $1 million to a guy who may play 26 games or may play 2.6 games. Because he's very brittle. But you take that risk with everybody.
You do.
We gave Nico Hines $1 million, and he's not battling anything other than himself.
Yeah. It's, like I said, there's risk to any big name player. But a bloke who has a history of little things and a couple of big things. And not saying he's injury prone. They were freak incidents. But the fact is, history's there. It's there. You can't deny it. I think if Failongo wasn't showing the signs he did, they would have said, look, 750, let's just get this done.
Yep.
Pappenhausen knows he can go and get $1 million at Parramatta because they need a fullback. I know they got the young kid, but it's not Ryan Pappenhausen. Cronulla, if they wait, probably upgrade Will Kennedy, Ryan Pappenhausen, barely obviously. There's a few clubs out there that you look, the Dragons, if Fowler doesn't work at fullback, Sloan, he's all right, but he's not Pappenhausen. The Roosters are 1 year away from a Tedesco retirement. There's a lot of opportunities there. I don't blame Pappenhausen one little bit. And the fact that Craig Bellamy can get a decent Nick Meaney, turn him into a superstar for less than half the price. I think he re-signs, but I wouldn't be shocked if he walks away. Whereas if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago when they said that Failongo, he can go if Pappenhausen re-signs, I thought it was done. I thought the contract was done and ready to be registered. We'll see. I
think he re-signs. I don't think he gets his $1 million.
No.
I think he stays similar to what he's on, and they just help him find further TPAs.
They need to... So Penrith, while I was having a chat with a good friend of the show, Paul, earlier, saying that Penrith keeps sacrificing these very good wingers for the younger, cheaper options, and they keep their halves. Those halves aren't going anywhere. I know Muntz is 40, or looks like he's 40 when he's... You can't keep 6 players on $1 million.
No.
You've only got Katoa, and you got Liero, and you got Sean Bloor, who were cast-offs at clubs way worse than Melbourne, and now first-grade rep players or on the fringe. That's what Penrith do. That's what Cronulla need to do. I'm like, let Katoa go and bring Stone Street through. You've got to trust the process. If you're going to trust the process, Craig Bellamy's the process.
Yeah, Craig. Any decision Melbourne make, they will make the correct one. They will look at the attacking flair against the defensive faults of Failongo.
Yep.
They will look at the attacking flair versus the injury history, and they will just pick one, and the other one will be Hopefully at Cronulla.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Now, Dan, you hit me with this one.
I did.
For 6.
I did.
The Ashes test.
Very nice. A cricket pun for those following on. We're going to England.
Who?
Kangaroos. Going to England.
We'll dust you. No.
3 test series. It's evidently in the works. There's hope that they play Ireland or accept. Well, maybe you win that one. There's a couple of hurdles to jump over, but I was shocked when they said it was 20-something years since Australia went and played an Ashes test. I say bring back the Lions. It's going to be England plus like 2 players. I get it. Just for the history, make it happen.
Yeah, I don't think they will bring in. They had Great Britain at the last World Cup, and there was the Scottish second rower that upset everyone who played. James Bentley who played for Leeds, and he just wanted to fight everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to do that again. I think they'll just go Australia versus England.
England are a good crop of footballers.
Yeah, it's not like the rugby union where they put their arm around each other and go, we're Southerners, we're Northerners, and then it's like, oh, we're British.
Gotcha.
We're British now. We're all British.
Yeah.
This is like they're just bred to hate in rugby league.
Look, fair enough.
And James Bentley hates everyone.
Yep.
So let's just not do that.
Yep.
Let's get Australia versus
England 3 tests.
Yeah. Now I'll take the 12.5 head start in every game.
Yep. Oh, look, Australia. What the hey? You remember this moment.
Yep.
Australia are a much better team. And obviously, the team we see in the current, few players not there.
Like that, Australia could send a team of under 25s and win comprehensively.
Yeah, they could. There's talk of them sending an Indigenous team, not in this, but in other test series, etc. I love the idea. You got to bring the Ashes test back. It's got to be in England because you got to make it somewhat fair. I just think that while they're over, while they're over there, they have to play Ireland, they have to play Scotland, they have to make it and don't take just your top 20, take
your squad,
and make it a World Cup prep. Because what they're doing now, although I enjoy it, any football is good. You can't be bashing teams by 60 points.
Yeah.
You go play England. If you beat them by 60 points, we've earned it.
Take 50 players and like the fringe. The fringe guys getting into the Australian squad.
When you get to Luke Brooks, you've gone too far.
And some guys I don't know, I'll throw an example out there, but some guys like Teague Wilton, who might not be on the rep radar now, but in 3 or 4 years' time might be on the rep radar. Give him a test match against Ireland.
It's a good shout.
What's that going to hurt anyone?
Well, it'll hurt the Islanders.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a really, really good idea. Mate, take that big tour over there. That'd be good. England 3-0. Now, the main event on the weekend, we have to wait till Sunday, 4 o'clock. A lounge day.
Worked out really well for us.
Hopefully for you, a lounge day. Australia versus New Zealand. Now, the girls, absolutely sensational, led by Tiana Penatani in a masterclass.
She's the best.
14-0 winners. Revenge for last year's final.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, and then the men came out 22-10 victors. Zach Lomax was insane. How that guy has just not listened to Shane Flanagan and gone back grovelling to say I'm a winger.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
They were very good. And there was, look, we weren't real high on the New Zealand team, but you put them in New Zealand.
Yep.
You put the colours on, the haka, the occasion, they lift, right? Mm-hmm. And we said that last year and they dusted us 30-0. Yep. So there was...
That was in New Zealand.
Yep.
Though.
And that was there. And the thinking was that for this to be a legit series, New Zealand will have to win over there because you come back to Parramatta in a couple of weeks. Australia start heavy favourites.
Is that at CommBank, the final?
CommBank. All the games are at CommBank, which is good. I think, you go flipping between the two. Australia looked like they were playing with a bit of a chip on the shoulder, which I think they should have because they got embarrassed last year. It's not the same side, but it's the same jersey. Mm-hmm. I was pretty high on the performance. It's hard to throw those players in. A lot of them haven't played since a couple of weeks ago and say, oh, go play fantastic football. Same with the Kiwis, of course. But when Angus Crichton went through and scored untouched, I was like, this is going to be a blowout. And when he didn't put the ball down, I would have hooked him. I would have said, you're done. That is lazy and unforgivable.
Someone with 5 fingers scores that try.
Well, that was a joke they made. But I think that kept the game alive because I think if they score that, I think they go on to win 30 or 40-0. Mm-hmm. It was pretty comprehensive, but the Kiwis have a habit of losing. And
I've seen 2 players cop some really, really unfair criticism for this game. I thought Dylan Edwards was just about the best player on the park.
He was more than fine. I don't know where that's come from.
He's awesome, right? It's because he's not like the flashy like your Walsh or your Drinkwater or your Ponga or something like that.
How's that going for those teams?
Yeah, what he is he's reliable and he's awesome, right? And then Mitch Moses. Yeah. Because he kicked the ball out on the full.
Yeah, I don't think Moses played particularly well, but I don't think he played badly.
I thought Moses was fine. And it was the one thing about the Australian team last year is they lost their direction. Moses just came up with the plays that he needed to.
Yeah,
that break that he made, like he scored a try, is fine.
Yeah, I can't sit here and tell you that any of them played badly. I don't think either team in either game was bad.
Now, here's the big one that cops some criticism on this. Australian captain Isaiah put in an all-time performance, I thought. 53 tackles, 15 runs for 130 metres, bagged.
Well, didn't he have that captain's challenge? It was really bad. Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
they're judging.
That's probably the only thing that you can go on. And even then, I thought that's a harsh way to lose your challenge.
Rugby league fans typically, when they watch a game, they'll look at the stat sheet.
The minute I saw that replay on the captain's challenge, I thought, yep, that's getting overturned. And then I realised it was Ashley Klein who went upstairs, and they are afraid to overturn an Ashley Klein call.
They are. It was pretty bad. But where I was going, Terry, is they look at the stat line and go, oh, Yo only had, one tackle break. And then I'll make an argument, and someone said, no, Liam Martin played better than Alessi Katoa this year. And I'll say, well, one averaged 140 metres and had 10 tries. One had 2 tries and 80 metres, but played really well in a grand final. Oh, well, which is more important? What's more important, stats or performance? Because Isaiah Yeo was great. People using the same ridiculous argument. Let's remember that this is, their second game together? Yep. With the halves, it's not like they have Cleary and Munster. It's the second. It's with a view to the future. They just wallop the Kiwis at home and people want to complain?
Yeah.
Just shut up.
The big one I saw was Pat Carrigan made more metres than him. I'm so glad a prop made more metres than a lock.
Terry.
Talk to me, Daniel.
After going 100% last week in revisiting our my pre-season predictions, we're going to do the top 20 here today. As always, you're going to be the judge. Half points totally count. So here we go. Roosters return to the top 4.
Bang.
That felt easy.
That felt easy, yeah. Are they going to be out of the top 4 this year?
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a prediction for you now. Newcastle to miss finals.
I tried to talk you out of that one, bruv. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
I had Newcastle in the 8. You made me take them out.
You did now.
For Parramatta.
Yeah, I know. Look, we're not perfect, Terry. To be honest, I felt good about that until about 2 weeks out. I thought they were going to miss, and then Ponga woke up and then decided, hey, let's do it. Not bad.
If they had put Jack Cogger in the team from the beginning, they're probably banging on the top 4.
Yeah, that's how bad the season was this year. Bronson Xerri scores a try on his NRL return.
Did not.
No, it didn't. That sucks. The entry was more that he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
And which, technically wrong, but I thought he had a fantastic season.
I thought he was really good in return. You could tell that he had done a lot of work in keeping his speed and his physique, keeping himself in good shape. Yeah.
Zach Lomax to be a success in his new position.
Oh, yeah. That's a raging... he has gone from... Are we going to drop this guy to New South Wales Cup to get some form in the centres to scoring 2 tries in New Zealand against New Zealand? Bloke's a freak of a winger.
Brilliant Origin series. I cannot believe...
If his form is so bad in the centres for Parramatta next year, don't worry about switching him back to the wing. Does he still get picked in rep teams though, knowing what he can do on the wing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's done it now. Yeah, he's going back to the wing. Jackson Paulo wins the Manly wing battle. No, that sucks. It was Tommy Talau who had an absolute wow of a season, and I'm a Tommy Talau believer, and not just for these off-field antics. This was a bit of a reverse jinx. Sharks don't win a finals game. Works every time.
Yeah, we were 1 from 3 though.
Yeah, but still.
It's the one that counts.
Yeah, it does. Warriors unearth a star in Ali, Leata'a.
Quite a good player.
It's a good kid.
I think he'll be a star in 2025.
Yeah, I'm happy to say
I'll give you this one.
Unearthed him.
Yeah, I'll give you this one because you put the word unearth.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was good. Good
he
kid.
was very good.
Superstar. This straight up big miss. Tavita Totola to play for New South Wales. Injury obviously robbed him of an opportunity, but I don't think he was playing particularly well before he got injured too.
I don't think he was either. If anyone should feel hard done by on the Mrs. Taniela Paseka.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what about David Fafita not getting picked for Origin just quietly?
Billy Slater's a moron.
He is. Chad Townsend. Cowboys to move on from the Chad.
Nailed it.
Absolutely. It says here, anyone will do. Chad's terrible. No, it says Jade Clifford's a better player.
Yep.
And I am very happy with that. All right, from a big win to a big loss, Selwyn Cobbo has a monster season in the centres.
Well, he started off like the Selwyn Cobbo that we know.
Yeah, I was,
you ready to tick that off after about 4 or 5 weeks. But his form declined when Brisbane declined.
Well, look, at Origin 1, he was arguably the best player in the field, and he came on when all the chaos went. I know they played a player up, but he was tremendous. I was so confident of that tip. But Selwyn, you let me down. Cool.
Here's a tip for you. Selwyn Cobbo to be a raging success at a Sydney club at fullback.
We're back with the top 10 and the pressure is on.
Pressure is getting to you.
These are the big ones.
Yep.
Number 10, New South Wales move on from both Tedesco and Cook.
Oh, you nailed that.
I did. I just felt that, you put a decent coach, he makes some decent decisions. So I'm very happy to do that. Broncos win the minor premiership.
To be fair, you and I both tipped that, and we were both very confident. We still picked Penrith as premiers.
Yep.
But we were very, very confident that Brisbane were going to right the wrongs of last year and take the minor premiership, and did not.
Nope. A couple of NRLW ones too. Jasmine Strange to top the NRL try scoring. I thought she'd play on the wing. She didn't. She played in the centres, then the back row when the Super Twins came back. Played very well, but didn't top the try score. In the NRL, Dom Young to be the top try scorer.
No.
Missed by a couple.
The suspensions and injuries killed him. And I don't think anyone picked Alofi Khan Pereira to have the season that he had.
No, good shout. So half a point? No. Number 6, Queensland to win Women's Origin. Which they did, and they were huge underdogs, so that wasn't a gimme. I just went with the better coach, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Speaking of better coach, New South Wales win Men's Origin. Again, I just went with the better coach. The squads are so close.
A 3-game series comes down to coaching and tactics.
It does, and the better coach or the less terrible coach in the women's, she's awful. That halves combo, I'm not going to go on a rant, but how you have Jessie Southwell playing the football she is, and I'll go with Rachel Pearson, who saw them come. Oh, just don't get me started. Number 4, Taryn Aiken wins the NRLW Dally M medal.
She's close.
I think she was real close. I think I was like one spot inside her. So, yay. Close. She was very, very good. I actually thought she should have won it last year. Reece Walsh wins the Dally M medal. He wasn't close. He was, well done, mate. The Roosters win the NRLW.
Boom.
Your beauty picked it from the start. And the number 1 pick, the Panthers don't win a 4th straight NRL title.
You didn't do... We sat on this couch and did it.
I backed the field and I lost. Are you kidding me?
We sat on this very couch and said Brisbane were going to win the minor premiership, Penrith are going 4 straight.
Yeah, but I wanted the entry to be, who would have thought the crazy selection would be a team not to win a 4th straight premiership, and they did.
Damn.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time for some top sport tips.
Let's keep it lean, mean and easy this week, because I went 100% last week, obviously.
Yeah, easy. We're only doing the New Zealand games?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, because the other ones are...
Is it Cook Islands and Fiji again?
No, it's the New Guinea and the Cookies.
PNG.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. All right, now that we got that out of the way. New Zealand...
No disrespect, but...
New Zealand taking on Tonga, and the winner plays Australia in the final.
Not true. Tonga need to win by 7, I believe. Which adds a bit more...
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, they do. They need to win
something
by 7.
like that.
Yep.
Look at those teams.
Mm-hmm. Tonga could do it.
They could do it.
If they had a second half.
Yeah, if they had a second half, I'd put them in. Now, not to say they're the favourites, but...
That's going to be a good game.
The big Kiwi home crowd is going to be split, because we've seen Tonga and Samoa go very close to, if not outmatching them over there.
Now, this game is played at CommBank, as you said, correct?
No.
No, where is it played?
In New Zealand.
This one's in New Zealand, but the final is
The final is in CommBank.
What's the point?
It's fun. Stop humbug.
Okay. Well,
I'm looking forward to this.
That changes my tip then.
Yep.
I'm going to go New Zealand.
Well, I'll go Tonga just to... New Zealand are going to win, but I'm going to go Tonga. I just think that I want to be different from you, too.
Cool. And in the ladies, New Zealand are taking on PNG.
Yeah, I'm backing an Biddle to beat New Guinea. With the greatest of respects, that's more that she's great, not that they're bad.
Now, Australia beat them 84-0, producer Dids, thank you. And they beat the Kiwis by 16. Now, quick math, 68 points.
Mm-hmm.
Are we giving the clock a 12.5 head start? Are we giving against the clock? Yes,
I think they'll beat the clock.
So with a head start?
I think it'll be 70-something nil.
All right, I'm going to give them a 14.5 against the clock.
Yep. Just.
So that'll be 66. They need to win 66.
Okay. Yep. I'll back in the Kiwis.
Back in the Kiwis.
And will score 10 tries.
Perfect. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Dan's Bright Forehead and the good people at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you can.
It's my Halloween costume.
Yes.
I'm going as a sexy ghost.
Yeah, now we are going to be here all off-season. We can be on this very couch.
Most of the
content into your ears.
Well, the Rugby League keeps giving.
It giveth.
And it giveth some more.
And it giveth some more. So we'll be here continuing to give. See you next week.